go. It's Skyscraper, folks, and not only that, but DarkZero starts on the most volatile side of this map. I've talked to a lot of teams at this event, Lynx, and every single one of them, when it comes to Skyscraper, they always talk about how difficult it is to pick the map. Being the team to pick the map means that the other team gets to choose probably defense first. And defense is so easy on this map. I mean, a 5-1 half is nothing that is out of the cards for Los here. And DarkZero, well, they're going to lose the Monty, something that is a, hallmark of Canadians gameplay inside the ban phase. Dokkaebi also going to go to the wayside. We'll get into the defensive bans now. It's going to be Azami off the board to seal DarkZero's bans.
What I'm curious about if Los will ban that Solus or not. We know how much DarkZero like to play it on the defense.
Nope.
But nope, Los will ban the Fenrir instead. Still a very logical ban, as those Dread Mines can make walking in through the tight angles and hallways of Skyscraper very, very difficult. And you mentioned how Skyscraper is a very defender side of the map, how teams are often reluctant to pick it, knowing their opponents will likely pick the defense. But when you think of some of the best teams in the world on Skyscraper, G2, for example, what they're known for is excellent attacking sides. If you can master the Skyscraper attack in any number of styles, but if you can make it something that you can reliably win, you become an unstoppable force on this map. So if DarkZero have done their prep work in the time during Stage 2 where they didn't play this map much, into Atlanta where they kept it in their back pocket, if they can win many rounds on this attack, they will have a great shot at sending us to map 3.
Located a bomb.
Okay, well, it's going to be an exhibition defense here for Los initially. We're 10 seconds away from DarkZero getting into this map, folks. Are you ready? Here we go. DarkZero, they're already going to be opening up this can of worms here, Lynx, and I really like this. Pambazu is going to be bringing the Rooney, or rather Amaru, and when it comes down to this operator and her Gara hook, especially on this site in particular, there's a lot of different things you can do, but one very interesting prospect, it's this hatch down low.
That's exactly what Pambazu's thinking about with this position. One defender already running out though, trying to make sure DZ know more than anything that that balcony, that wall into the office will not be free control for DarkZero. They're not worried about it to start. Rice also over by the delivery entrance, looking to secure Pambazu's entry down beneath the office hatch. And he's already made his way in. The site is relatively hollow at the moment, but a lot of defenders now rotating back. Los have a lot of their own presence on that T side.
Oh.
But
key thing here is that Los, a lot of the bodies over towards that west side, like you said, but none of them really playing actively inside of the site. We have Dash over on the house stairs, and we've got Loban in the dry bar. This is completely feasible for DarkZero in the moment. They just need some extra tidbits, like that single panel breach, to go off without a hitch.
Pambazu's not doing anything right now. DarkZero want to keep that element of surprise. They don't want to telegraph this play. It'll likely be paired with some element to distract the defenders up above. Maybe a nade, maybe somebody pushing in through museum or house. In this case, the breach might just be the candidate to turn eyes away from the office position and give DarkZero the entry they're looking for.
Pambazu and Amaru going to stay lined up, but now as we get a better look at this wall, there's actually going to be a mirror window that they built up here inside of Dry. This is going to make things really difficult for them. We have some smokes in the lineup? No, we do not, so that's going to make things even more difficult. Still have some frag grenades and some other ways to be able to batter off that defender, but it's going to be a tall ask for DarkZero, and look at this timer, folks. It's just consistently dwindling. That's why DarkZero is immediately going to send it into the sky. They'll lose 2 bodies, but Pambazu, he can't plant just yet. It's actually Canadian that has that, but all of Los on the board as they will flawlessly take out the offense to start round 1.
I mean, once we saw that mirror window and we saw how much DarkZero had invested in that strategy, it seemed that fate was inevitable should they stay the course with that mirror window watching the hatch. Loban behind it, who can do double duty, attacking the balcony, holding down office, and the other defenders playing around Shrine, playing around Terrace, all meant to support the site and make sure that if DarkZero tried to hit the opposite side, they had guns for that as well. It was a nice strat from DarkZero, and on another day it might have worked. But Los's plan, Los's game, entirely, perfectly countered it.
And this is perfect because it goes to show you exactly what Laxing was talking about on the desk. Yes, this is an FPS title, but it comes down to strategy, and sometimes it comes down to well set up ideals, like this mirror window. They know that DarkZero likes to have some of these pocket strategies to be able to try and deal with moments like this. And Los, as you said, perfectly placed on everything, on every front. That mirror window especially giving DarkZero a lot of trouble as they did not have a true answer to it.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
So far for DarkZero, sometimes those positions that are just as simple as one player and some utility have been getting them a bit of trouble so far. When they get a second look, when they get another chance, another crack at it, they have a lot of success, but so far it's the initial gambit that DarkZero have struggled against Los in this best of 3. And Los keep them on their toes. Jesse mentioned the site rotation, how in map 1 it was meant to keep DarkZero guessing and keep them off balance. Normally the rotation here is T karaoke, exhibition to barbecue. Now it's exhibition down to barbecue with T as a likely third if Los win this round.
And this is where attacker repick really stands tall. This is all onto Canadian as well as this roster to vet the map before they work into it. Gonna need some key moments here from them to be able to adjust that lineup properly. So hopefully they've rested on the proper things that they want to be able to try and take a site like this. We're gonna double up some claymores here for Gav. Always a smart idea when it comes down to it. Sometimes just not able to hit the flick when it matters most. End up losing your life on the hop out. So Gav going to prep that as Los has been more than willing to take it to their doorstep.
Cameraman holding down the door to the bomb site down below. The rest of the defense all on that top floor. The Frost, the only defender at the moment, actually around the bomb site on the same floor. It's another slow burn for DarkZero. Slowly beginning to make progress as we see some players joining Pamazoo in this position. And they recognize that Cameraman is quite alone down below. You can see Gavini holding down the top black stairs. While there isn't a lot of control on that top floor, the angles they're holding seem to work. But Maya fights back, cuts down Rice. They're trying to enable Gavini's push into black stairs with that smoke, but he's still stuck at the moment. Both the Lion and the Zofia outside these doorways and windows, and nobody from Los is moving. Not a single defender feels pressured. NJR finally finds one, but Lobin walks back up in the sight. Canadian with the surprise play. He's not even flustered. A 2v4 now for DarkZero. NJR, he's stuck on the window. 1v3 for Gavin. He's also in the bomb site. But 15 seconds after Canadian entered, it's a much different state of affairs.
He's got the ping on one, but that doesn't mean that he wins the fight. Gav immediately turns, tries to use that to its fullest advantage, but nobody on the restaurant stairs, and it's Cameraman to shut him down instead. Los with 2 really big rounds to start off on Skyscraper.
DarkZero have tried to make this strategy work consistently, just holding those outside rappels, taking down those defenders when they walk into their sight lines, and then moving into the bomb site, especially when there's players like Cameraman who are just alone anchoring that position. But on Chalet, it was inconsistent, and so far on Skyscraper, it has not worked 2 rounds in a row. Now they will try it a 3rd time, or maybe revamp it as Los moved to the 3rd bomb site, but it's been a dominant game for Los so far. DarkZero not acquiring any kills in that 1st round, and barely even getting on the scoreboard or in the lobby for the 2nd.
Yeah, Los absurdly patient by their standards, first of all, and then to even push it further, DarkZero with really not the greatest read as to what was going on that top floor, especially with Canadian moving in there so quickly. There was nobody there to cover him. He's just stuck in behind the bar and barbecue. really can't do too much there as nobody's there to try and help him. And not only that, but that crossbow of Capitao actually sticking up over the top of the table there too. It's a little info gave over to Lowe's, and they quickly sweep that away, dropping the case inside the site. And from there, well, that's all she wrote. That's all you really needed for that script. Now round 3, Lowe's looking for the perfect site rotation.
Looking to players like Lobin and Maya as well to send them there, but it's really been a team game from Lowe's so far. Lobin might have top fragged by a wide margin last time, but I don't think you could say anybody on Lowe's was necessarily dropping the ball on a consistent basis. Maya finds himself in the office position. This is often where, if the defender overstays their welcome, the attack might find an early pick. Kavini just opens up that wall with the skeleton key, then immediately drops away. First pick again going the way of Lowe's. Panbazoo 0-3 so far. Lobin having a monster performance in this best of 3 in the quarters, with nobody from DarkZero on Skyscraper at least being able to fight these players gunfight for gunfight.
Now, Lobin and Maya have been such an issue, and the other great thing to consider for Lowe's is that Dash is also getting a lot done now. What a find, though, for NJR on the top floor. Dots feels like it's his world. He can walk wherever he wants to. He's immediately taken down by the 417 as his head is lost in the sky.
So far, though, DarkZero are running into the same problem. They're just giving away so much control to the defense. They're thinking about moving on to this middle floor, and they spot one for just a second. Enough bullets hit cameraman that he'll certainly feel dissuaded from taking that gunfight. Lobin picks up one onto Gavini, though, and hops back inside for cover. He's got 50 bullets, and he almost finds the third. I'll have to take the pause and reload for just a second. But Lobin is winning a mental game right now as DarkZero feel they need to push this Solus, need to take care of this vertical control. But Lobin lurks further into the building. Instead, it's Dash to be the second kill for DarkZero.
Oh, and JR, big moment for him. He'll be able to take down Lobin. And as we know out of DarkZero, these first couple of rounds, very difficult for them, and Maya making it even harder now. Cameraman on very low HP. Maya will work his way back into T-Room. Although, Cameraman still down low. He has that Nitro cell. Might be something to try and consider, but they do still have another member of DZ here as well. Maya, he's going to be able to at least tag up NJR. This timer going to start giving them a little bit of an issue. Rice has got to find a home for this case. They continue to try and fight the 2 players in T as Cameraman has rejoined them, but he's actually over a drum. And what a moment for him. He'll get the case on the ground. And Maya, he'll shut down DarkZero. And it's a perfect site rotation here on Skyscraper.
DZ just not finding any momentum on this attacking side, even in that mid-round when they're able to find the Solus down below. It's very quick, it's a little haphazard, and DarkZero get that advantage, they get that 3v2, but every single attack so far, every single one, they have been focusing on places exterior to the site, and when they spend 2.5 minutes playing these mini-games, they find a site setup that is still completely intact. 3 rounds in now. DarkZero take their time out early once again. It bared fruit earlier, but it did not result in a map win. And here, when the defenses can be so strong on Skyscraper, DarkZero need to start winning a couple rounds if they want to still have a shot on map 2.
I mean, they need it right here, right now, Lynx. NJR has 3 kills, Gav and Canadian, the only ones that have any others, and they only have singular frags themselves. In fact, Maya has the same amount of kills as the entire roster of DarkZero, and not only that, but Panbazoo is nowhere to be found. He's the biggest piece to DarkZero's game plan when it comes to their offensive side especially, and they need him to return to the helm.
Whereas you have Lobin and Maya, as you said, on the other side, they are performing so well at this point for Lowe's. And for Maya, he didn't even need to do anything in that last round. He was sitting over on Office and Exhibition the entirety of that early defense, and where normally you'd see at least a little bit of pressure on that Office balcony or on the museum window, there was nothing. He was allowed to play in that spot the entirety of the round, so once DarkZero ended up getting the advantage, he simply rotated over and played the setup that's persisted since the beginning of that defense. Now Los have no choice but to start repeating bomb sites. They have to go back to Exhibition to start, and for DarkZero, that Amaru is nowhere to be found. I have to imagine they will likely go for a bit more of a standard full clear, or at least something more within the wheelhouse of Skyscraper.
That's most definitely. Gonna have somewhat of a line shift here. This is the same site we saw from Los in the first round, but not the same strategy. Lobin feeling himself a bit here on the Warden. An operator that has been fantastic across the last couple years of Rainbow Six Siege. Not one you exactly see in a lot of these opening duels, but one that has a fantastic gun that we all love with that 1.5. Lobin won't find anybody to try and punch a few holes in just yet, but more than likely find that down the line. As for DarkZero, though, solid considerations across the board here. I especially like Canadian working in this capital to try and deal with a couple of these players that are playing some hard positionings in sight of the physical site.
That's what you'd hope, at least. Thankfully, there's no projectile denial aside from that Aruni on the board for Los. Hopefully they can make it work. Again, DarkZero, they don't start on that top floor. They start on the middle instead. Try to clear out some positions below. Only 2 grenades for Rice. We'll try to go fishing later on in the round once they get intel on the site itself. Also, with that secondary shotgun, you can take down some mute jammers placed around the bomb site. While there might not be a mirror window, Los are basically keeping a lot of the core positions intact from their previous defense. Just now, half the round gone, are they even a little bit starting to feel pressured?
No, in fact, Los is looking to get even more greedy with the round. That setup that they have going on that top floor, well, it's something that mimics the mirror window, but allows you to be a little bit more aggressive. Los, have they overplayed their hand? It's 2 bodies down now, Dots and Dash, but you still have to deal with Maya as well as Lobin. Lobin looking to take out any DarkZero member he can on this balcony while Maya holds down the stairwell. A little bit of damage dealt to him, but this timer, it's gonna start to become a very serious problem for DarkZero as Cameraman takes down Rice.
Maya looking to maybe go for the retake later on. He just needs to control those house stairs as DarkZero move into an execute. Lobin finds one. That's an important pick to stay alive, but also an equally important trade. It's not an advantage though. In fact, it's anything but. It's a triple kill for Cameraman to stop DarkZero's best round from gaining any more ground. NJR's pushed in, knows someone's on house, but Maya reacts in time. The timeout does not work as Los move up 4-0 on their opponent's pick.
Little flash photography out of Cameraman there. Some nice weapon work as he decimates DarkZero on the clear. DZ cannot step foot inside of Exhibition. That's 2 times in a row now. Somebody graces any part of that beautiful wood floor. Well, they're staining it with their blood. DarkZero down 4 rounds on this offensive side. And remember, folks, this is their map choice. This is just how Skyscraper goes.
It is how it goes, especially in North America. But when you go up 5v3, when you have that advantage, you don't want to lose it to a play like this. Cameraman going for a great flank down below. Knows Los need to start getting active. That sitting stagnant inside the site once DarkZero have droned them out is only going to service them. So he hits the flank, Maya repositions ever so slightly, and they shut down DarkZero's best chance at a round win so far this game. Los move back down to barbecue, repeating the same path we saw carved earlier in this defensive half. The adaptations have not stuck for DarkZero, and now, maybe in round 5 with the addition of that Ying, maybe it just will change.
What an insane prospect that lies before us, folks. DarkZero staring down the barrel of 4 rounds. They must get one of these offenses under their belt inside of these next 2. If not, Los really looking to take this entire thing away from DZ in 2-0 fashion. And not only that, but remember this as well. If Los beat DarkZero, they punch their ticket to the Six Invitational at Sao Paulo. And not only that, but they knock out the French powerhouse BDS. This match has huge ramifications on the line.
It's very rare that a team plays for 2 tournaments while playing a match in one. And while Los have found themselves in that position against a hostile crowd, they've used it as fuel for their fire. Maya 6-0 up until this point. Maybe not in the most aggressive of positions, but you can't say he's shaking on Skyscraper. Utility going in for DarkZero as they try to land the early bits of their clear. Take out those deployable shields, remove key bits of on-site utility, especially to clear the path for those Ying Candelas later in the round. But it's not gonna matter much if you're letting players like Loban wreak havoc over your early round.
So many issues presented from DarkZero, and you can see they're stumped. They're stunted. They don't know which way to go. They've been keeping these plays so wide. A lot of these players have been more than able to be able to pick off DZ without any ramifications at all. And it's actually going to happen again. Pambazu goes down to Cameraman. No refrag really available. NJR trying to work the window as best as he can, but these reinforcements are perfect. What a flick out of Rice, but Cameraman's gonna take down Canadian. Los in the driver's seat here on Skyscraper defense.
And they don't hit the brakes just yet. A triple kill for Loban and a round 5 for Los. He loves it. Are you not entertained, Atlanta? Because Los have come to play. 5-0 on DarkZero's pick. They certainly want to make it to Sao Paulo.
There is nothing more, Carter, that I love in esports than a good "I'll be your Huckleberry" moment. And that's what we got out of Loban. He stared down the eye of the tiger, and he's choking that damn thing out right now. DarkZero, they have to get this round, folks. DarkZero must win this offense. As Los, well, these defenses have looked so very stellar. Their decision-making paramount to all of their success. Constantly one step ahead of DarkZero, and Loban with a triple kill in that round. I mean, what is there more to say?
Nothing for us. It's on DarkZero to make the argument.
10 seconds to go.
539 days ago, they faced 3 of these same players in Charlotte. And while they went down map 1, map 2 was a dominant victory. Here, it's all Los. Every single one of these rounds, in probably one of the best series, if not one of the best maps we have seen from Los this entire stage, Brazil and Atlanta both. When they needed to show up, when their playstyle needed to work, Los have made it happen in this series. But DarkZero just need one to keep the dream alive. Just one to still have a chance on this next half. Just one more round to not feel like everything is going wrong.
Oh, Skeleton Key out. Good moment here to find Dots. There's still a lot more to get done, though, folks. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. The rest of Los have barely felt anything out of DarkZero. Maya, Cameraman, and Loban combining for an insane stat line right now. With only the first minute down, there's still a lot of fighting to be had.
On that bottom floor too, but Dash up above knows that Black Stairs control. That push is gonna come from Pambazu at some point in the round. It might not be now, it might be later, but he needs to keep watch. Loban down below, dodges the spot of that EE1D. But does Rice know he's so focused on these vertical grenades? If Loban can just keep himself hidden for a little longer, he might just get match point for Los. He'll back off, he's finally spotted. DarkZero no. Razor Bloom set up to stop the push from any of these attackers. But DarkZero, they've moved up Black Stairs.
It's gonna be a flood, it looks like, on this side. You can see that we have Gav over on the black balcony, Rice down low to make sure these rotations can't be successful, but there's 2 bodies to find. He's got a lot of heavy lifting to do, and it seems like they may know just about the area in which he is. He needed that kill, but it's gonna go the way of Los.
Pambazu, NJR, and Kavini gotta pick this up. They've got the 3v3, make that an advantage. NJR on that window, he's so successful, but that C4 is anything but. DarkZero finally have found a home in the bomb site. Cameraman shooting the wrong position. He's got intel on this Geisha player, though, and takes him down swiftly. A post plant now, as Loban, down below for so long, has put it all onto Pambazu to stop Los from getting match point. He sees one rotate, he gets that kill, but Loban works his way in, and it doesn't work! A flawless rotation for Los, as on North American soil, DarkZero are 1 round away from flying back home.
And yes, this might be the way of Skyscraper, folks. But damn it, is Los playing a good game. DarkZero, no matter what they do, no matter the advantages that they find, Los seem to be able to file it down to these moments where it's palpable for them. They're able to take full control. And now DarkZero, no timeouts, no saving grace, no ability to mess this up. It's gonna require 6 perfect rounds out of them. And it starts here on Office and Exhibition.
For DarkZero, as you said, there is no safety net at this point. Any single mistake, any slight misstep will leave SSG as the last man standing for North America's hopes at lifting that Atlanta trophy. For DarkZero, as they move to the defense, there is one way out. There is one way to make it back into this game. It begins with one defense and then another. But it needs to start now.
Lynx, I know I'm wearing all black today, but I really did not want to show up to North America's funeral. DarkZero, you have to give us some energy. This crowd needs it as well, as they're trying their damnedest to support you in this moment. Your back's against the wall. Your major hopes are on the line. And Los with the offensive side, they now get to dictate this pace. As you can see, Lobin already indoors, working his way in from the bathroom.
Los gives Lobin so much flexibility to work with. One drone and Nook to hide himself from those cams. He doesn't even go the way of it. He's focused instead on clearing out that delivery position. I mean, he's got 2 drones in front of him. Los are investing so much in the early round for Lobin to make sure he feels secure. And with those nades as well, he's not just a threat on the same floor. He's a threat to anyone above. And down below, the only other tenant of the first floor of Skyscraper is Canadian. Down below the bomb site to play for that C4, him and Lobin will very likely tussle at potentially one of the most important rounds for DarkZero in Atlanta.
Well, so far a bang-up job of clearing things over on the west-hand side, but now they have to come into contact with 2 of the hardest rooms to clear in this entire map. It's gonna be Dragon as well as Terrace. They have Tachanka of all people in place here, but those fire nades are so very useful in the proper moments here. Canadian, all but unbeknownst to him, Lobin across the way, Pambazoo with a nice kill, but that frag grenade should give up the goods. Los are going to lose that initial body, and now DarkZero with the advantage.
Their position's still solid as well. Rice and Pambazoo holding down the shrine position, keeping a key choke point in the cards for the defense and stopping Los's aggression. That final nade from Lobin is also looking to create a gap in their defense, somewhere inside of the site, inside of Museum. As you can see, NJR's accounted for that. He's sitting on the display case to dodge that very position. Everyone from DarkZero is afraid to move, but it's NJR's undoing. Dux finds him. He has to win this fight, and Gavin loses a key engagement. Pambazoo down 2. Are they gonna leave it to SSG to keep NA alive? Rice has something to say about it. Canadian C4 goes wide. They need to find this kill, and it evades him. The IGL, the team captain, a nade with his name written on it, flies his way.
10 seconds left.
He moves forward, and Lobin cuts him down! Come back from the doldrums of Brazil! Los shock America by taking down North America's greatest and 7-0 on their own.